Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. My entire family loves tofu, and if you enjoy tofu, you should definitely give this a try. In this dish, I combine frozen vegetables with tofu and pork to come up with a dish that is both healthy and delicious. On top of that, this dish is very simple and fun to cook. As always, my go-to wok is my Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok. If you wonder why I like this wok so much, you can take a look at this video. I started with 8 ounces of ground pork. Now, I grew up eating a lot of pork, and ground pork definitely is my favorite. You don't need very much ground pork to make a dish taste delicious. One very nice thing about ground pork is that you can fry it for a long time and it will still taste nice and tender. Furthermore, ground pork has a more neutral flavor and you can season it in many different ways. For this dish, I'm going to build up the flavor of the ground pork in different steps. First of all, I'm going to season it with my basic seasoning mix. My basic seasoning mix is relatively mild, but the intention is that to enhance the natural flavor of the ingredients. But for this dish, I'm going to season it with other seasoning agents from Masala Dabur. Basically, I'm throwing the kitchen sink into this dish because I'm going to put in a little bit of everything. Now, don't ask me how I did this because I just did it instinctively. Since I have been using this seasoning agent a lot in the past, so I kind of pretty much what I am going for. And next, I'm going to add the frozen vegetables. Now, the frozen vegetables contain mainly frozen corn, frozen edamame, and I throw in a touch of what I call the mixed frozen vegetable to give color to the dish. I did not thaw out the frozen vegetable because I'm going to just let them warm up in the wok. By this point, I'm going to do a little bit of my spot cleaning because the seasoning agent got stuck and burned to the bottom of the wok. By squirting a little bit of water on it, they come up really easily. This not only cleans the wok, but it also put the flavor back to the dish. I next add 12 ounces of firm tofu to the wok. You can anything that is firm or extra firm. I would not use anything that is softer. And to avoid the tofu from breaking up, I turn the ingredients in the wok very gently. Since the tofu is already cooked, all I need to do is to warm them up. At this point, I add some water to create a sauce. After I did a taste test, I add some soy sauce to add saltiness to the dish. At this point, I try to stir the content as gently as possible. I don't want to break up the tofu because I think the tofu tastes much better when they are intact. So now comes the final step to fine-tune the flavor of this dish. First of all, I add some sesame oil. I think the fun part of cooking is what I call flavor chasing, that you continuously to modify the flavor of your dish. Most of the time, I really do not know where I'm going to end up. And next, I'm going to add some hot chili sauce because I cook this dish with my son in mind. And then I like to have this dish have a darker color, so I add some dark soy sauce. At this point, I notice that the dish has quite a bit of sauce, and I like to thicken it, so I add a cornstarch suspension to the wok. I prepare this cornstarch suspension with 1 part of cornstarch with 3 parts of water. I add only a little bit at a time to make sure that I do not thicken it too much, as I can always add more if I want it to be thicker. However, if it's too thick, don't worry about it. You can add a bit of water that will dilute it back. So with a few quick stir, the dish is ready to serve. Now this dish is very fast to cook. The total cook time is a little bit over 6 minutes. So what is the verdict? Well, if you like tofu, I think you will like this dish. The dish has very nice flavor. The pork really adds to the overall flavor of the dish. And pork and tofu seems like a match in heaven. The reason I add the frozen corn and frozen edamame to the dish is because they provide a very interesting contrast in texture between the pork as well as the tofu. So overall, the outcome of this dish is excellent. I always enjoy tofu cooked like this, and they go particularly well when you mix them with rice. And this dish probably is one of my favorites of all the dishes that I cook on a regular basis. And when I cook this for people who do not like tofu, they actually will come to enjoy tofu as well. And this dish is also an excellent demonstration of flavor chasing, how you can make changes in the flavor of the dish as well as by adjusting the ingredients in the dish to create the type of contrast in texture that you are looking for. And since you can make so many different modifications, and this is what also makes this dish so much fun to cook. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next time.